Growing up, we were always told things like, make the most of your life or don't waste time. But as a kid, time seems infinite. There seems to be no end to it. These sayings from adults sounded more like metaphors than reality. But as we grow up, we turn into teenagers and slowly grow into young adults, we start to realize something. We start to realize that our time truly does matter, and how we choose to spend it shapes the rest of our lives. Hi, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm a junior here at Churchill, and today I want to briefly talk about the importance of time management. As a kid, time wasn't something I thought about much. My family had just moved from Greece, and I was busy adjusting to a whole new life. But as I got older, I started to realize something. The rest of my family back in Greece, my cousins, my grandparents, were also getting older. Talking to them once or twice a week didn't feel like enough anymore. I wanted more time with them, even if it was just through a phone call. Around that same time, kids my age were starting to get phones. Scrolling started to become a thing, and hours started disappearing on videos, apps, and endless feeds. I slipped into it too, checking things out here and there, not thinking much of it at first. But quickly, the minutes turned into hours. Technology seemed like it could freeze time for me, but in reality, time was racing right past me. That's when I realized it's not that I lack time, it's that I wasn't choosing how to use it wisely. It's easy to feel like our time disappears, but if you're not using your time, someone else will. The dots on the screen represent an average adult's month in days. Now, you may think 30 days is a ton of time, but let's take a look at how that time is being spent. About a third of that time will be spent sleeping. 7 of those days are going to be spent on school or work. 2 of those days will be spent eating, as well as a day driving, on chores, and a day for bathroom or personal hygiene. That leaves us with 8 days. Just 8 days to start a new hobby, spend time with your family, 8 days to leave your mark. Well, the average adult in the United States spends 9 days a month on screens. That's not including the time during work or school. Let's take a moment to wrap our heads around how sad this is. Imagine getting to the age of 80, looking back at your life, all the things you could have done, all the things you could have been, but instead, you chose to use that time on screens. That's when the real question becomes clear. It's not, do I have enough time for what I care about? It's, am I making enough time for what I care about? Over time, I realized I needed a way to take control over my time. So I started experimenting with a couple of different methods, and these are the few that really made a difference for me. A lot of people will tell you that if you buy their course or pay for their subscription, your life can change. But to me, it was these 3 things that really helped me make a change in my life. The first thing I did was I started tracking my time. Every day, I would track what I did for every hour. At first, it felt tedious. But quickly, I realized I suffered from what I call time slippage. Oftentimes, in between doing something, I would take a 5-10 minute break on my phone, thinking, oh, it can't hurt. But as you start to track your time, you start to value it. And you start to see how all these 10-minute increments made your time slip away from you, just because you got distracted. Secondly, I started making a checklist. Every morning of all the things I wanted to do. Even the small things like calling my family in Greece or walking my dog. Those things started to become intentional, not just something I'd hope I'd fit in throughout my day. Checking things off creates a sense of control over your time. It helped me realize what I'm investing it towards. Finally, I started journaling. At the end of each day, I started to see what I could do different, celebrate progress, and learn. Journaling helped me learn from my time. It showed me how I can use it better for tomorrow and grow from it. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, how different would you be if for just 30 days you put that small amount of time, that small amount of effort towards yourself? How different would you be? I've always thought time management was about putting more things into your schedule or being more productive. But as I started watching it, I realized something. It was never about being more productive. It was about being more present in what truly matters. I grew closer to my family because I made time throughout my day to call them, even if it was just for a few minutes. I learned that walking my dog wasn't just another task I had to do, but a moment to slow down and enjoy something simple. Tracking my time, journaling, reflecting, they helped me grow. They helped me grow into a person who doesn't just watch time slip by, but actually values it. So if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. How you spend your time is how you spend your life. And every moment is a chance to grow into the person you aspire to be. Thank you.